Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Knighton says Manchester United takeover bid is going as planned. Last month Knighton said the Glazers will be gone by next year. Revert back to 1989, Knighton tried to buy Manchester United. He aborted a 20 million bid. Knighton is well known for his involvement with Manchester United and Carlisle. As you all know, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is interested in buying Manchester United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is interested in a £4 billion offer for Man United to take over from the Glazers. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, if he is appointed in, he wants to bring Luis Campos to Man United. Luis Campos is the PSG director. So Jim Ratcliffe is one of Britain's richest men, worth around 15 billion. Earlier on this year, Elon Musk joked about buying the club. Prior to that, he said Elon Musk was planning to buy the club. He's worth around 218 billion. He's an American billionaire. But the Glazers, we've got to get them out of the club because they've been a massive problem for a long time. And for a while now, Manchester United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. Earlier on this year, it said the Glazer family are open to selling a minority stake in Manchester United. The Glazers have owned Manchester United since 2005, so they've owned the club for around 17 years now. Obviously at Manchester United we've got Erik ten Hag as the manager. Erik ten Hag has been Man United manager now for quite a few months. So far he's won 5 games in all competitions and he's lost 3 games in all competitions. Erik ten Hag is doing a pretty good job at Manchester United. You know, this is his first full season. If he gets Manchester United a top 4 finish, I'd underline that and say, yeah, he's had a good first full season. And also, if he was to win a trophy, that would be even better. Ten Hag is aware that he's got big expectations to exceed at Man United. He replaced Ralf Rangnick earlier on this year. Ten Hag's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of an additional year. He's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. But at Man United, I think he'll replicate what he produced at Ajax, because revert back to when Ten Hag was at Ajax, he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals and developed the young players well. Ten Hag as Manchester United manager has made 6 signings. So he signed Terrell Malacia from Feyenoord, he brought Lisandro Martinez in, he brought Christian Eriksen in, he brought Casemiro in, Anthony in, and Martin Dubravka. Man United have spent over 200 million this year. Ten Hag's got rid of players as well, but despite that he's still inheriting players from other managerial eras. Like I said to you recently, Ten Hag has revealed his transfer plans for January. Ten Hag said that Man United will continue to hold meetings over strengthening the squad. Ten Hag's getting a transfer budget between 70 million to 100 million pound. You know, the January transfer window will be second transfer window. Also at Man United, we've obviously got John Murtough, he's our Director of Football. Richard Arnold, he's our CEO, he replaced Ed Woodward when Woodward resigned. Benny McCarthy as well. And earlier on this year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Manchester United in an advisory role. So there you go, and you know the news on Jude Bellingham. Manchester United are reportedly lining up a move for Borussia Dortmund midfielder Jude Bellingham. He could cost 100 million. Chelsea and Liverpool are also interested. Jude Bellingham has been at Borussia Dortmund since 2020. He's made 68 appearances in Bundesliga and scored 4 goals. He's under contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2025. Borussia Dortmund got Jude Bellingham from Birmingham City for an initial fee of 25 million. He became the most expensive 17-year-old in history. You know, Borussia Dortmund though have lost good players. You know, don't forget they lost Jadon Sancho to Man United, and they lost Erling Haaland to Man City as well, and they've lost other players, Pulisic, Lewandowski and all of that. But yeah, Manchester United recently beat FC Sheriff 2-0 in the Europa League. It was Man United's first win of the group, it was Man United's second game of the group. It was good to see Man United bounce back from that 1-0 defeat to Real Sociedad. Man United shouldn't have lost to Real Sociedad though, because Man United got robbed. You know, Sociedad got a penalty. Wasn't a handball by Martinez. Lisandro Martinez got controversially penalised for the handball. But the goals against FC Sheriff came from Jadon Sancho. That was Sancho's third goal of the season. He's doing well this season. And of course Ronaldo scored from the penalty. That was his first goal this season, and it was his 699th career goal. Man United were supposed to be playing Leeds United yesterday, but that game got postponed. And we're supposed to be playing Crystal Palace the other week, and that game also got postponed. So these games will be rearranged. Manchester United's next game is Manchester City on the 2nd of October. But yeah, Man United have won 5 of the last 6 now, so we are in good form. Like I said, we've seen a lot of players leave Manchester United this year. You know, we've seen players go out on loan, players have left on free transfers, we've sold players as well. So obviously Man United loaned Eric Bailly out to Marseille. Not so long ago, Eric Bailly accused Manchester United of favouring English players, and he had a swipe at Harry Maguire. Alex Telles, you know, he went out on loan to Sevilla. Dean Henderson went out on loan to Nottingham Forest. Lee Grant left earlier on this year. Amad Diallo Traore went out on loan to Sunderland. Ethan Laird went out on loan to QPR. Hannibal Meachbry went out on loan to Birmingham. Cavani left on a free earlier on this year, so too did Juan Mata. We let Lingard go. Man United, of course, sold Andres Pereira as well. We sold James Garner to Everton. And we let quite a few young players go. And more players will leave Manchester United next year. So next year, I reckon Luke Shaw could be going, because there's no way back for him in the team now, because Terrell Malacia is our first choice left back. Shaw's injury prone anyway, which is a concern. Shaw's been at Man United for around 9 years or so now, so he's been a long-serving player. His contract expires next year. I think Maguire will be going next year, because he's not a first choice centre half anymore, following the arrival of Lisandro Martinez. Our first choice centre halves are Lisandro Martinez and Varane, and they do complement each other well in our back line. Harry Maguire, has been dropped in quite a lot of games this season, and Man United look far superior without him. I'll say the same thing regarding Ronaldo. Man United got Harry Maguire for 80 million. We definitely overpaid for him. And revert back to last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Harry Maguire. Phil Jones will leave next year as well. Brandon Williams, he's another one who will leave. He doesn't get in the team. He's a squad player, still young. He has been out of injury now for a while. Axel Tuanzebe, he's another one who I think will go next year. Last season he was out on loan with Aston Villa. He enjoyed like 3 loan spells with Villa. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I've got to say, he's on his way out of the club as well. There's no way back for him in the team, because Diego Dalot is our first choice right back under Erik ten Hag. He was also our first choice right back under Ralf Rangnick. And Delors played in every game this season, and he's been very impressive. Bissaka did not travel to Moldova. Lindelof, I reckon he'll be leaving next year. He's not one of our first choice centre halves. Lindelof's been at Manchester United since 2017. Man United got him from Benfica in a deal worth 31 million. Lindelof's under contract with the club until 2024. Fred, I think Manchester United, he'll get rid of him next year, because he's not one of our first choice centre midfielders anymore, following the arrivals of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. Fred's had his good games at United, don't get me wrong. Man United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk in a deal worth 50 million. I reckon we'll get rid of Bailly and Alex Telles permanently. Ronaldo, I reckon he'll be leaving Manchester United in January. Erik ten Hag could get 100 million to spend if Ronaldo leaves in January. Man United stars expect Ronaldo to push for a January exit. Ronaldo has not started quite a few games this season. Like I've said, we've looked a far superior team. Ronaldo has started the last 2. He started against Sheriff and started against Sociedad. Like I said, he scored against Sheriff. Ronaldo's contract at the club expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. Man United re-signed Ronaldo last year. So Ronaldo's been his second spell at United. He has 18 goals in the Premier League, and he has 25 goals in all competitions. So there you go. But on the other side of things, there'll be players staying at the club. I reckon De Gea will be staying. I reckon De Gea could finish his career at Man United. De Gea is our first choice keeper. He's had his good games this season. Didn't start the season too well. He let 2 soft goals in against Brighton on the opening day. He made 2 calamitous mistakes in the 4-0 defeat to Brentford. But since then, I think he's done pretty well, to his credit. Earlier on this year, De Gea won the Players' Player of the Year award. Well, he's won everything domestically at the football club and made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. De Gea's enjoyed 11 years or so at the club, so he has been a long-serving player. His contract at the club expires next year, and he earns around £375,000 a week. Obviously, Terrell Malacia will be staying. He's our first choice left back. Been impressive this season, to his credit. Martin Dubravka's obviously on loan at United. He'll be staying at least until the end of this season. Man United do have an option to buy him for around 5 or 6 million. He's a backup to number 1 David De Gea. Of course, Lisandro Martinez will be staying. He's been pretty impressive since he came in. Like I said earlier on, played very well alongside Varane. Varane will be staying as well because we're getting the best out of him now. Like I said, Delors, I think now will be staying. Next year he'll stay with how impressive he's been this season. I reckon McTominay will stay at the club. He's been impressive this season in some games, but despite that, I've still got my reservations about him. Casemiro's obviously staying. Man United signed him not so long ago. He's made impacts when he's come off the bench, but didn't do well on his first start against Real Sociedad. Of course, Anthony will be staying. Anthony not done brilliant so far. He did well on his debut in the 3-1 win against Arsenal because he scored in that game on his debut. Bruno Fernandes, of course, he will be staying as well. I think he's done well this season. Fernandes looks a far superior player when he's not playing alongside Ronaldo, which doesn't really make sense because Fernandes and Ronaldo play together. Jadon Sancho, of course, he'll be staying at the club as well. He's been very impressive this season so far, got 3 goals. Anthony Elanga, of course, he'll be staying at the club as well. And there's quite a few youngsters that will be staying. Rashford will now be staying. He's done well this season as Rashford. As you all know, Rashford is set to miss the England games, but Ten Hag said he will make the World Cup squad. Man United are ready to hand Marcus Rashford a new 5-year deal as a reward for his early season form. Rashford's contract at the club expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. Marcus Rashford's out with injury at the moment, as you all know. He missed the 2-0 win against FC Sheriff. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.